Do you want to be right or do you want to be free? I remember the first time I heard this, and it was a moment for me as a woman who needed to be right. If I got something wrong, it was crippling to me. If someone disagreed, then honestly, I would feel a bit sorry for them because I had a right way to do it, and it was the way to do it. And I was far from free. And I've been in some conversations today with some very contrasting points of view, ways of being, and all contrasting from each other as well, which isn't that phenomenal? How unique we all are, and how we all get to have our own point of view. The ease that this has brought into some of the most challenging of times and relationships since this little mantra, do you want to be right or do you want to be free, came into my world. It's hard for me to connect with that level of control, but I needed to feel a drop of safety within the constant struggle of survival that I lived in my day-to-day, unbeknownst to me, right? This was not conscious. I've just noticed my shoulders are tight. I'm just gonna relax into this a bit more. Didn't even notice I wasn't relaxed until I noticed. That's interesting. And I think there's a deeper layer to this. Do you want to be right or do you want to be free? What does that even mean? What's the freedom that we're pointing to? Free to not care? Free to express what there is to express? And for me, at this point in my journey, it's, do you want to be right or do you want to know yourself more? Do you want to be right or do you want to learn to love yourself more? Because the truth is, every time we are in judgment of someone, and it's that broad, and it can be a little frustration, a little like, what are they doing? A little disapproval, or a big one that really grinds your gears, fuels the flames of anger and outrage. These moments, these judgments, these are our number one priority as they arise. To be able to feel the pain, the anger, the sadness, to really go in and feel it, not to avoid it, not to numb it, not to distract yourself from it, but to feel it. Because anything less than that is what we call spiritual bypassing. And hi, I'm Emma, and for the first 2 years of my spiritual journey, I completely bypassed. Completely. And then the opportunities kept coming for me to get the message that it isn't about not feeling the pain or the hurt, allowing that emotion to complete its cycle. Because when we feel these things, they're not coming from outside. There may be an outside thing that has, as we say, triggered. But if you have a trigger, if there is a button that somebody can push, guess where the button is? You've got it. It's in you. And so when we notice those triggers, when we notice that someone else is doing it wrong, because I know what's right, I know, and we can go micro and we can go macro on this, and I don't want to get too deep into it in this particular share. But when we release that, when we notice it first of all, and then release that, I think I know what the way it's meant to be right now. And it's not that way. And so here I am, battling up against what's happening right now. And it's pushing all my buttons because I'm judging right now as wrong, because I'm right, I know the way. Yeah, it absolutely constricts us, our freedom. And it constricts the possibility of being able to meet yourself a new layer. It's like this emerging of a part of you that has previously been hidden, rejected, abandoned. And it happened once in reality. It got lodged in the subconscious mind. Our consciousness lives in our body, so it gets stored in this nervous system and this physicality. And then life will present opportunities for that misunderstanding, that meaning that we created from a situation because of how we saw it and how we viewed it and how it came into our own system. And now all of a sudden that's the truth and that's what's right. Lodged in there, unquestioned, held on to because it's now part of our identity. Until it arises again. There's that saying, isn't it? You got to feel it to heal it. And it's so true. It's so true. And it doesn't need to be felt and analysed over and over again. It takes a moment of seeing. It takes having a really attuned relationship with yourself, with your body, with your own internal landscape. Because most of us live in our heads. I certainly did. And when I started with my yoga practice and I started to really come into relationship with my body, then I can notice quicker when something's hitting my stuff. Here's an emotion coming up. Okay, there's something for me to hear here. There's something for me to know and understand more here. And I never know what's right. And we get to translate that once we have that down in this space. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It's an ever-evolving journey. But once we start the process of that within ourselves, it happens in the world. It happens in our relationships with the outside. We get it here, and then all of a sudden, things feel more easeful. Not necessarily easy, but easeful. This year, we're in December right now. The year's coming to the end. This year has been one of the most intense and challenging years of my life. There have been moments that I have been on the floor, heartbreaking open. Because that's the only reason the heart breaks, is to expand and let more light in my opinion. But it hasn't ever taken me out of my life. I get up and actually I feel more connected, euphoric, certain, and grateful for all of my life. Because when we stop trying to be right, we stop judging things as right or wrong, we acknowledge and honor who we are and what we're experiencing, give ourselves permission to go in and feel it. At the bottom of that is not an endless abyss, it's you. It's love, it's connection, it's clarity. And this is my personal experience, of course. And rooted in the science of the chakras and the technologies and Kabbalah and all the ancient, simple wisdom out there to empower us to love more. More here and more here. So as always, I would love to know what you hear in this for you. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm on the road again for another conference, so I may be in England as I share tomorrow. Sending lots of love. See you soon.